Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hello, my name is Michael and I would very much appreciate it if you subscribed and rang the bell and all of the things, because if you like makeup as much as I like makeup, I think we could get along really great. In today's video, I am going to be using the Colourpop and Sailor Moon Pretty Guardian palette. I did a first impressions type video about this. If you are interested in watching that video, I will link it down below. So I already have my eyes primed with my Milani primer and my brows are done with my e.l.f. brow gel. Let's just dive right in. I'm going to take this shade here called Twilight Flash. It's this really pretty pale orange. And I'm going to put this in my crease, but only in the outer portion. Okay, now I'm going to take a little bit of a smaller blending brush. I'm going to go into this shade called Moon Castle. It's this really cute rosy color. And I'm going to put that on the inner portion and blend it into that orange. I don't know about any of you, but I have been really enjoying this palette ever since it launched. I have used it at least once a week. I love the colors so much. I can go really soft and natural or really bold and bright, which I love. Hi Lola, what you doing? You wanna come hang out with me? Oh, they're so pretty. Now I'm gonna go into this shade called Tuxedo Rose. It's really nice neon-y coral. And I'm going to press this along my lash line on the outer corner. And then I wipe the excess off on a brush that I have on a towel. And then I kind of do little circular blending motions. Sorry if I keep moving the mirror up. I like to get really in here close to see what I'm doing. Also, I don't have the greatest eyesight, so there's that. Okay, I really want to use this. This is a Colourpop Jelly Much eyeshadow in the shade Sweet Dreams. It is so beautiful. I have no idea if this is still available. If not, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna see if I can find one that is available that is similar. But I like to use my fingers with these, and I'm just going to press this in the center and work my way towards the inner corner, but not go all the way in. Oh, I'm just kidding. I do want to go all the way in. I'm gonna take it all the way. It's been so long since I've used this. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, I'm going back into that brush that I had that pink shade called Moon Castle on, and I'm just going over the inner portion of my crease just to clean up any of this glitter. I'm sorry, I should have zoomed you guys in. I just got a little carried away. So I hope you guys can see all right. Okay, I'm actually going to take a little bit of the shade Full Moon here. It's this really nice gold color. And I'm going to use it on my finger and kind of layer it up, starting in the inner corner and then kind of pressing along the lash line, just to give a little subtle, unexpected shift. I'm just dabbing a little bit more of that Jelly Much on over top to kind of mesh those two shimmers together. How have you guys been? What have you been up to? We are about to start our house remodel that is 3 years late tomorrow, and I am so happy because our house was a train wreck, but it's gonna be totally redone. I have pictures of before, and I took pictures during the demo work, which we did ourselves. So I was gonna combine the before and demo pictures and then do like little mini clips of after it's all done. Let me know if you guys want to see the end result and have a little video before and after. I was thinking of doing that just to show the difference between the two because it's going to be insane, but I'm so excited. I'm going to pause on the eyes, I think, for a little bit, and we're going to move to complexion. So I haven't really been wearing foundation a whole lot, just mainly concealer, kind of like what J Kissa does. But I'm really kind of feeling like wearing foundation. So yesterday Ali Glines posted a video and I watched it, and she used this Believe Beauty foundation. I have the shade Nude. I got the shade that was the shade lighter than what she has because I'm paler than what she is, but this is very dark. So what I'm going to do is mix in a little dollop of this foundation from Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation, and this is the shade FN3. So I'm going to do just a tiny squirt of the Believe and then a little bit of the Healthy Foundation, and then I'm going to apply this. Wait. I forgot a step. I got off quickly. I'm going to use this Neutrogena Prep and Correct Primer, and I'm going to focus this mainly where I have the most redness and discoloration, which is the inner portion of my cheeks and my nose. They had a green one specifically for redness, but every time I try to put a green on, it ends up still peeking through since I don't like to wear a full coverage type of situation. So I've really been liking this. It just kind of evens out my skin tone. And now I'm going to apply this. I'm focusing applying this mainly in areas that I have redness and splotchiness that I want to cover. I'm going to just pick up whatever's left on the back of my hand with my sponge, and then I'm going to blend this in. This is a lot of coverage. Oh, this is a lot more than I'm used to. And then I take whatever is left and run it down my neck a little bit so it blends since I am super pale. For concealer, I want to use my NYX Born to Glow concealer. This is the shade Alabaster. It's a little bit light. Believe it or not, I have gotten a slight tan since it's been warm, and I bought this in the winter. And then I'm going to blend this out. But yeah, I'm super excited to start my house. We aren't there right now. We moved in with my mom because my house is not livable right now. We had to tear apart the entire bathroom and the entire kitchen, since those are the main areas that are getting redone. But yeah, I'm so excited. Whoever remodeled before us was super lazy and they took shortcuts and they did things wrong, so our contractor is gonna fix all of that and redo it. But we have a 1924 bungalow and it's gonna be so cute. So excited. I don't normally powder, but since it is very hot where I live and the humidity can get up there, I'm going to do a little bit of powder. This is the e.l.f. finishing powder in the shade Fairlight. I am a huge fan of this stuff. I like to take a really big fluffy brush and kind of very lightly press on the areas that will get affected by the heat and toddler hands. I'm using little stippling motions so I don't disturb the foundation underneath. Whatever was left on the brush from doing my whole face, I just very lightly press it on my nose, but I do not put it directly under this eye area and my inner cheek, because that will get very crepey and dry really quickly. I'm gonna go and take my sponge and kind of press over just to melt that powder down. I know it's an extra step, but especially if you have dry skin, I highly recommend doing this. Even if it is hot and your sweat will melt the powder anyways. Because until that happens, I don't want to feel all tight and dry, you know? Now I'm going to use my Milani Silky Matte Bronzer. This is the shade 01 Sunlight. This is very nice and very buildable. So I'm going to take and press it right on the outer portion of my cheekbone, and then I kind of swirl and feather it, the edges out. And then I like to put it on my forehead and the sides of my nose, and then I kind of flick it into this little area in my eye socket, connecting it to my brow, under my nose, along my jaw, and under my lip a little bit. Okay, I think I'm going to go and hop into my lower lash line now, and I am going to just kind of mimic what I did on the lid first. So first I'm going to dip into Twilight Flash and run this along the outer portion of my lower lash line. And then I'm dipping into Moon Castle that nice little rosy color and putting it on the inner portion and blending them together. I'm going to take a little flat brush and dip into Tuxedo Rose, which was that neon coral. And I'm just going to press this right on the outer corner just so I can connect the lid to my lower lash line. And then I'm taking the brush I was using before for the lower lash line and just kind of smudging everything together, making sure it's all diffused. Then I'm going to dip into Full Moon, kind of press this along the lash line all the way across. Actually, I'm not going all the way across, I'm not going on this outer corner, so I'm going about 3/4 of the way across. Okay, for inner corner highlight, I am going to go into the shade Silver Millennium. This is the Super Shock formula in this palette. Kind of messily placing this in the inner corner just to add a little brightness, and then I'm sweeping it into the eye socket up here and the lower lash line. I'm going to take this new Kosas bronzers. I got this during the Sephora sale and I have to say I've been really loving these. I'm just going to lightly dust my bronzer brush in there and kind of feather it above where I have my bronzer just to add a little glow. And then again, pressing it with my sponge. I'm going to do highlight now. I like to do highlight before blush because I feel like it melds the whole complexion together better rather than looking like Neapolitan ice cream, which it can tend to look like that on me. So I'm going to take the Revlon Skin Lights Prismatic Highlighter in the shade 201 Daybreak Glimmer. When I first reviewed this, I didn't really like it, but I think that's because it was still a little cold out and I powdered. So it created a little dry patch and it just accentuated that. But now I use it almost every day. I'm going to take and I'm going to start the highest point on my cheek and then kind of swirl upwards and then down towards the apple of my cheek. I like to swirl because it makes it more dimensional because your cheekbone is rounded. So it highlights that whole area and makes it look like you're actually glowing from within. Does that make sense? Doing the nose, chin, and then with my finger I'm just kind of popping a little bit on below my brow. Not too much, just a little hint. Now for blush, this is the Kathleen Lights and Colourpop blush in the shade I Need Space. This is my favorite blush of all time. It goes with almost any look. So I'm going to dust my brush in there and I like to smile, and I don't like to start too far in either one direction. I kind of start in the middle of my cheekbone and then kind of blend up and down a little bit. So I start like right here, and I'd like to do pressing motions again, and then I go up and down in like a little oval. I don't just go back and forth. I do a little oval again because your cheek is curved, not flat. And then however far I feel like bringing it down any particular day is where I stop. So right now I'm thinking about stopping kind of in the middle of my pupil. And then I take just whatever is left on the brush. I don't dip back in, and then I kind of run it on my nose and my hairline. I know some people don't like blush on the nose, but since I'm naturally a little red on my nose, it just helps it look a little bit more natural and like my makeup is supposed to be where it is. Again, I'm going to take my sponge and very lightly run along the edges of the blush and bronzer. Now I'm going to put some mascara on. This is the Maybelline Snapscara in the shade, what shade is this? Everything's so tiny. Bold brown. So I'm going to apply some of this. Mascara is on after what feels like a million years. So I'm going to check everything out and make sure everything is how I like it. I think with whatever's left on the blush brush, I'm going to add a little more. And same with the bronzer. I'm going to go over one more time with the sponge ever so slightly. I'm barely pressing. Now I'm going to set my face. This is the new Maybelline Glass Spray. I've used it a couple times and I like the effect it gives. It's not super dewy. I like how it gives my face a healthy sheen, but I hate the sprayer. It's kind of aggressive. I'll show you what. I'll show you. So like it's really a quick aggressive spray, which I'm not in love with, but I'm going to use it because I don't like to be wasteful. So since it is so aggressive, I'm going to cover my eyes. Oh. Now that that's like pretty much all the way dried, I'm going to press the peach fuzz and everything down with my sponge. Now I'm going to line my lips. I'm using my Milani color statement in the shade 3 Nude. And I'm going to line and fill in my lips. On my top lip, I kind of like to go straight across because I like how it makes this top lip a little fuller. So it helps me match my top lip to my bottom lip since my top lip is a little tinier than my bottom. Now I'm going to take a Maybelline cream lipstick. This is the shade 133 Almond Hustle. And I'm just going to press this kind of in the center and then use my fingers to blend it out. And then I am taking, this is a little lip oil tint. It's by the brand Opera. I used it in my full face of Japanese makeup. I will link that down below too. And I'm just pressing this on to add a tint more like pinky redness. I have a little visitor right on the edge of my lip today and it's making my lip line wonky. So, I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. So, it is what it is. I'm going to take my e.l.f. finishing powder in a smaller brush and kind of very lightly dip into it and very lightly and very gingerly press around my mouth, on the sides of my nose, above my top lip, and in the center here because I will be going outside and running errands. You do not want it to melt off. This is the completed look. I felt like being kind of soft and whimsical with a little bit of color today, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you have this palette from the first time it launched or you picked it up recently with the restock. I would love to know. Also, would you guys like me to use this in more tutorials? Because I would very much enjoy that. I use it a lot when I'm not filming anyways, so yeah, that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have not already, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you'll be notified every time I upload. Also, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. It helps so much. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye! Mwah. I'm sorry, I should. This is the Tone Correct Prep and Curl. Oh my gosh, I hate putting on